You can't kill the voice. It's just forever. All right, so yeah, everyone's here. -1 Brandy plus 1 John equals let's play fanfiction. That's math for you.
Let me grab my controller.
Oh my God.
Yeah, John's gonna be doing a playthrough of Evergame.
So you see, this is the point where we read the bad text, and if I press the circle button, then it just yells at me.
Oh, god damn it. Kaizo
My
trap.
computer just crashed.
Good start.
Too many
Legitimately,
sprites
or-
on screen right now.
Is blue screening?
Too many sprites on screen right now. And my computer sucks.
All right, this is our second walkthrough of chapter 11. Because just so good we had to come back and do it again. We're trying to get all these cheat
Somebody, not gonna point fingers, had to screw it up for the rest of us.
It was you.
FD, babe.
We're not gonna point fingers.
I'll
Okay.
point the fingers.
He knows what he did.
All right, so who wants to start?
I'll give it a go.
Not everyone all at once, why don't you?
Right. Windows cannot find C documents. Evergame 11 document. Make sure you type the name correctly, and then try again. To search for a file, click the
Okay,
start button.
die. Okay,
Get
okay.
it? You get it?
That was actually there.
That's actually fun.
Who wants to go?
Alright,
Pretty good.
alright.
Alright.
Someone read.
Max.
It was!
God damn it! I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it.
Hey.
Evergame 11 True Master. Max was ahead of everyone else. The others tried to
Hell
keep
yeah.
up, but Max was just too naturally fast. So he decided to let him scout ahead due to his speed.
Oh.
John's already in pain. John's already...
No one else commented on that pun. It's just so bad.
I know.
He probably commented on the first time.
I get it, Bettina. Shut up.
They were about halfway up a smaller mountain, but even at this elevation, he started to feel colder and colder. He reached a point where he had to be a good half-mile ahead of Rodney and Lily.
Fuck you guys.
My energy legs!
You're too slow.
Okay, second fastest character.
Shut up. Unfair.
Hey,
Be both
Sega
Sega
Jesus.
characters.
I'm second Jesus, your best respect.
With a gun.
Spoken.
He decided that this would be a good point to stop and wait for them and to catch up. He sat down under a tree that looked like it had recently lost most of its leaves, because Max is apparently a tree scientist.
I'm lonely. This looks like a depressing tree for me.
Max thought that the game's climate must be changing in tune with the real worlds. I want to point out that it was snowing, so I think it's a winter back in the University of Canada.
Oh God.
Plot hole!
Keep going.
One of many.
Yeah.
To be continued. He watched the clouds poop above him and took a moment to really think about what an incredible feat of engineering this really was. I'll bet Nintendo paid him money to say that out loud.
Yep.
Because I would just like to thank the Nintendo for this fabulous opportunity of a chance to play this game.
That'll be my speech.
Because that's exactly what you sound like, right?
Yep.
Spot on work.
You fit me to a T.
He then took out his shotgun and killed bitches. Nope.
What?
That's alright. And looked it over. It held 8 shots. And he looked like he had plenty of ammo on his belt.
It really seems like the person that wrote this did no, actual fact-checking on this, because the scout doesn't use a shotgun, he uses a scattergun, which holds 6 shots.
It's not canon. I was like, 8 shots, wait a minute. Force of nature plus the scattergun equals force of
Math.
scattergun.
Equals gravity.
Equals...
While he was thinking this, he heard something off in the distance. Something that sounded like a loud rumbling. It was his stomach. What?
A round lumbling.
A loud rumbling.
You said a round lumbling.
It's a loud
Scooby-Doo.
I'm so pro, yo. He quickly got up and looked out, focusing on the blur that was coming down the mountain at a very fast pace. He didn't
Blue
realize
streak speeds by.
It is
Sonic
taking
the Hedgehog. He didn't realize it was an avalanche. He then started to sprint fast as his body would take him.
Oh, it's only an
Wait,
avalanche.
that's not a person? That's a mountain.
That blur looks mildly suspicious.
And white.
Hmm.
That's racist.
So is Pokemon Black and White, though. After a bout of sprinting like a madman, he finally reached Lily and Rodney, who were leisurely walking down the path, along the path. He ran up to them and started to scream, "Snow! Coming! Now! Go fast!"
Oh my god.
No coming. That's what I blurt out. Awesome. My last words.
The last words of a brilliant man. Need a dispenser here.
Yeah.
John, want to take over?
Walk.
Sure.
He's like, I'm not sure now.
On a read.
Snow! Coming! Now! Go fast! Max yelled as it quickly took off again. It took
Coming down the
Lily and
track?
Rodney a bit... What?
Coming down the track. In first place, it's Max yelling, "Coming!"
It took Lily and Rodney a bit to understand, but when the snow started to rumble down the path, they figured it out pretty quickly.
Where's Snow?
But-
I
We're just
think we
walking.
can decipher this clue.
When they saw the avalanche, they realized what was going on.
It was an avalanche.
It was an avalanche.
Way to spoil it for us, though. Thanks a lot.
But before they could turn and run, the snow started to slowly come to a halt and seemed to stop a few meters from their feet, leaving them to look at each other thinking how lucky they were.
You know, just like in real life.
Thank God.
Oh no, there's people there. Hit the brakes.
Rodney even said so out loud.
My, that is perfectly convenient to our current situation.
Too bad Max booked it like a bitch and got out of there.
What would you
But
have
as
done,
soon as he said,
Jesus?
but as soon as he said so, parts of the snow started to shake.
It's alive.
Next thing they know, pig-like monsters start to emerge from the snow in scattered pockets all over.
Alive.
Wait, they started scattering pockets all over.
They're alive.
Dead pockets.
We massacred 100 coats.
What? Asked Rodney as he looked them over in confusion. Shit! Lily yelled as she realized what they were. What they wear.
Get used to that
They're
problem.
pockets.
They're wearing pockets.
Moblins! She quickly drew her sword and looked over them. Rodney then noticed what they hear and drew his Mega Buster. They started to slowly move backwards while the Moblins slowly got their bearings. Max was still nowhere to be seen. Figures Alex not here for this, said Rodney.
Of course, he doesn't mention that Max ran like a big
Or me, who ran like a bitch. Woo! Living to fight another day.
He hears squeals and runs away. Let's squeal another day.
Fuck you, teammates.
At least he didn't.
Then the
At least he ain't team
Sorry.
killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, John.
Right. Then the first bunch started to rush at the pair, some still wielding weapons and some not. Rodney fired a few rounds into the chest of the first Moblin, who then flew back and then disappeared. He did the same to the next few, but there were too many for him to keep at bay by himself.
Charge shot, duh.
Oh, Mega Man, do something. Use
I
roll.
don't have Metal Blade yet. Give me a break.
You slide.
Fuck you, it's the only slide ever.
Very effective.
All right, someone else want to take over? I
Sure, I'll do
got
it.
Yeah, I got people in the office again now, so.
Sorry.
What's that guy up to?
Probably doing
Then
his work.
Lily drew her sword for
Again.
a second time
Please put it away real fast.
on the oncoming monsters and started to take them on. Between Rodney's Buster and Lily's sword, they were able to
And
keep
Max's
the
cowardice.
Yeah. Were able to keep the oncoming wave of moblins or on moblins at bay, but they were starting to overwhelm them. So they were doing good and then not.
Kind of contradictory to that sentence, isn't it? They were doing well until they weren't.
Yep, that's pretty much that sentence in a nutshell. As Rodney started to realize this, he saw a moblin at the corner of his eye, a pair... let me start over. As Rodney started to realize this, he saw a moblin at the corner of his eye, a pair of moblins rushing at him. So,
Odd.
okay. Before he could turn, they were sent back, and Max came running past his line of vision.
When I see the word Max, I laugh.
I'm a good Max. Shut up. I'm the best. Alright, out.
He then reloaded the lost shots and started to run through the ranks of moblins and tear them up. And with the three combined, the remaining moblins started to run back up the path, and soon they were alone.
Now that we're winning,
Sorry.
I guess I'll join.
Sorry I was late. I didn't notice the snow stopped, said Max, knowing how dumb he sounded. Boy, I sound dumb! Thanks for showing up, as they were about to kill us!
Oh,
Oh, those wacky Canadians.
what will they think of next?
Yelled Rodney sarcastically.
I don't even get a chance to defend myself. That's probably what I'd say, too.
I don't...
Alright guys, we got 3 minutes. We gotta wrap this up. We got 3 minutes left.
It's just about done.
Oh, good.
Rod, do you want to finish it off?
Alright, fine. I don't think it's such a good idea to keep going up that mountain,
Why
or
do
that
I
mountain,
that?
now that we know that where those moblins came from, ... said Lily.
I'm not
lowercase.
British!
Hey, Limey Man says Limey.
God.
Where should we go? Asked Rodney, because everybody else would know the perfect place to go in a place we've only just entered. While I was higher up the mountain, I could have sworn I saw a town off in the distance to the ... north, said lowercase Max, pointing in the direction. We'll just have to leave Alex behind for now. I'm sure we'll find out where he is soon, said lowercase Max.
This is the thing that I can't stand about this. They're saying, like, we should leave Alex behind, but we honestly have no idea where he is, so we can't exactly leave him behind anywhere.
True.
He's buried in the avalanche.
He's in a pocket of moblins.
Yeah.
It's a dead turkey.
He's in a moblin pocket.
Moblin pocket!
You're willing to just leave him behind like that? Asked Lily, also sounding worried. If you think about it, he's the most likely to be able to survive on his own anyway. I'm sure he'll be fine.
What? Him? Surviving on his own.
I got this. We got 1
They
minute.
all nodded in agreement. They all nodded in agreement and started to head back down the path that they came from. They did not notice as a bird flew away after they decided to leave Alex to his fate.
Could
Oh, look at that
more
random
negatively?
bird.
Internally, they were all struggling with their choice to leave Alex behind, but they all knew that he would be able to figure this out by himself. And they all hopped that they would be seeing him.
Subject Alex is taking in school right now.
Oh,
It's a good thing he's got that gun.
Yep. Oh my lord.
Broke my knife.
crab battle!
Could rip a tank apart.
Alright, to be continued.